Now thanks to this asset,
Hello? Using DG tweening is what I have to put there. So the stream delay is insane. Okay, we have to put using DG dot tweening. Okay.
now thanks to this asset, the
Public void do FOV float value public void do tilt float z tilt.
The rest is super easy. Just get the component of the camera and use the do field of view function, passing in the end value and 0.25 for the transition time. And for the tilting, you can use do local rotate and then just pass in the tilt on the Z axis and again a transition time of 0.25.
Dot do field of view and value 0.25 semicolon, and then we do transform dot do local rotate new vector 3 0 comma 0 comma z tilts and 0.25.
And now one important change that you have to do is to create a transform for the cam holder and then here
Public cam holder
create a transform for the cam holder and then here you want to rotate the cam holder instead of the camera.
oh
Otherwise you're rotating the camera from 2 points in the script and it would be overriding itself. And back in your wall running script you can now get a reference to your camera script.
I gotta get my wall running. Hey buddy, do you know how to time people out on YT? Yeah. Dude, I used to stream on YouTube in the past. Also, the stream delay is horrible. Hey buddy, do you know how to time people out on YT? Yeah. Dude, I used to stream on YouTube in the past. How you doing, Maple? Oh no, I just created a loop of me listening to myself, listening to myself, me listening to myself, me listening to myself, and I'm gonna be listening to myself who's listening to myself that might be listening to myself, and then that listening to myself will listen to myself that will listen to myself, And then me listening to myself will listen to myself, that'll listen to that self, and will listen to myself, that'll listen to myself, that will cause to listen to me, myself. You know? Oh yeah, hang on. Something unnecessary is here. Alright, back to scripting. I'm just tired, guys. Alright. Now let's see what this intelligent man wants us to do. References. He wants us to go here. And go public. Player cam. Cam.
Script, and when you start a wall run, you can use the functions you just created and
Cam dot do FOV 90F if wall left cam dot do tilt minus 5F. And then let me guess. If wall right, we do normal 5F. I'm so smart.
and don't forget to set them back to normal when you stop the
Okay.
wall run.
Cam dot do
Now assign the cam holder to the camera script and the camera to the wall running script.
Okay, now we gotta go here. Save this. Save this. Go back here. One.
set them back to normal. Cam holder time. And for the tilting, you can use do local. Will rotate and then just pass in the tilt on the z-axis, and again a transition time of 0.25. Five called do tween. So it import it to Unity, go through the setup steps, and then you can add using DG. dg.tweening to your cam script. Now thanks to this asset, the rest is super easy. Just get the component of the camera and use the do field of view function, passing in the end value and 0.25 for the transition time. And for the tilting, you can use do local rotate and then just pass in the tilt on the Z axis and again a transition time of 0.25. And now one important change that you have to do is to create a transform for the cam holder, and then here you want to rotate the cam holder instead of the camera. Otherwise you're rotating the camera from 2 points in the script and it would be overriding itself. And back in your wall running script, you can now get a reference to your camera script, and when you start a wall run, you can use the functions you just created to set the FOV and tilt to something like this. And don't forget to set them back to normal.
I'm so lost. The README file really didn't help.
when you stop the wall run. Now assign the cam holder to the camera script and the camera to the wall running script. And there you go, you just coded a full wall run system with camera effects. Now before you click off, I just want to mention how you could further improve this code. So right now, you're still able to perform multiple wall jumps on the same wall. And sometimes the wall run timer runs out and you leave the wall, but then immediately start a new wall run because the game doesn't know that it's the same wall. To fix this, you would have to remember which wall you previously hit. But I'm not gonna show it here since it isn't that easy to code and I want to keep this tutorial short. But as always, you can download this entire project file over my Discord server. And there I set everything up, including what I just mentioned. But now, thank you so much for watching. If this tutorial has helped you, including what, keep this tutorial short. But as always, you can download this entire project. Sometimes the wall run timer runs out and you leave the wall, but then immediately start a new wall run because the game doesn't know that it's the same wall. To fix this, you would have to remember which wall you previously hit. But I'm not gonna show it here since it isn't that easy to code and I want to keep this tutorial short. But as always, you can download this entire project file over my Discord server. And there I set everything up, including what I just mentioned. But now, thank you so much for watching. If this tutorial has helped you in any way, make sure to leave a like in return, and also don't forget to subscribe for more amazing tutorials. See you next time.
Okay, it turns out to get rid of sticking to the walls, you can make a new physics. I want to test something. So if we went to the and we go to the sprint key. What if we did mayorcam.fo? I wonder if this works. sucks, but you know. Oh well. We're getting there. We'll make more changes to it in the future. In my opinion, I think we're getting somewhere. I'm not sure where, but we're getting there. I don't know how do tween works. Do I need ho tween? I'll figure out how to do this later. For now, we're gonna see what's the next tutorial. So the next thing he has is climbing and jumping and ledge grabbing. But before I do any of that, I want to try and see if I can design a basic level layout. And then, you know, bring it to life. So this is all good and all, but we need an actual level. So, I think I'm going to select all of this, deselect that, make sure that everything's selected. Okay, everything's selected. So let's try and make the first, like, basic level. So, just for an idea of how this game works, it's supposed to be, you know, fast pace, first person. It's just this crazy game, and so I don't know how to make maps, so we're just gonna guess that we do it this way. My only problem is how am I gonna? Oh, what's good? What's good, man? Sorry that I didn't see you until, you know. Oh, but how am I gonna design the scene? Okay, let's be real. What am I gonna do? Like, of course there's Blender. I mean, let's look up a tutorial on this. Why'd Steam open up? How to make levels in Unity.
Assets in the Unity Asset Store and add it to your project in the Package Manager. Press Ctrl F3 to toggle the real-time CSG window. From here you can enter 5 modes. Generate mode for creating new brushes, which can also be done in place mode by holding B and dragging. Edit mode for editing the faces, edges, vertices and rotation. In this mode, Shift can be used to bevel edges and extrude faces. Clip mode for cutting the object in half or removing a half. Place mode for moving brushes or groups. Holding D while dragging will duplicate the brush. And surface mode for changing materials. Brushes can perform 3 key operations: addition, intersection and subtraction. Real-time CSG uses a hierarchical structure to process the brushes and their operations from top to bottom. New operations are performed on the output of all previous operations. You can create groups of brushes that only perform operations on brushes within their group. Groups are the output of all of their child operations and can perform their own operations on the world as well. Models contain all of the brushes and can be exported as an FBX. For designing interior levels, the model can be set to inverted world. This makes the world solid, and brush subtractions create brushes with flip normals. This is enough information to get you started, but check out the website and documentation for more information.
Okay. So so that one was very straightforward. But
one of the most fun parts about game development is making your own or update, and I'm using as some dimensions. So I want my level to be 40 on the X. Let's make it 1 unit tall. And one of the really cool things about ProBuilder is that if our level is symmetrical, we can just build one side of it and then have ProBuilder mirror everything to the other side. This is perfect for this map here because, as you can see, it's completely symmetrical. So for our length here, let's make it half of what we want. I'm just gonna set mine to 55, which if we mirror it to the other side, you can imagine makes out a pretty good length for our level. Now let's hit build, and we've now created our first ProBuilder object that we can start editing. However, I think this material here, the default material, looks pretty dull. So I'm just gonna go ahead and create another material for this. Let's go to project, hit create, material, and let's just call it default. And we can just click and drag this to apply it to our cube. Of course, nothing currently happens, but if we go ahead and make this a bit brighter, we can see that we've now applied it.
I'm Adam Gray.
You rolled into the valley trying to look the part, even as...
reduce quality and increase frame rate in return. Now, however, we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna increase the quality and we're gonna reduce the frame rate. So the recipe for that is very simple. Turn on your graphics at the highest settings. And of course, get yourself a nice looking map. In the previous videos, so the recipe for that is very simple. Turn on your graphics at the highest settings. And all the way up to high. And you can call it a day. Now, of course, it does look cool, but there's a little bit more to it. For example, if we play this game. Okay, what we got in here is a model of a vehicle, that we brought in different episodes. And of course, it's normal. It drives and it brakes and everything. What you can do to it is add some realism. So the first thing you can do is add in some reflections. Because as you can see, it's not very reflective. Adding a reflection probe is as simple as just right-clicking, going to the light and selecting reflection probe. What you can do with it is select it and obviously enable it. And that's all you have to do to enable your reflection probe. Okay, now it immediately adds in a little bit more life to our game. However, you can add in a little bit more realism by adding bloom effect. So what a bloom effect is a post-processing effect. And if we enable in here, is going to give us this blooming.
Okay, I just learned how to cook up some Unity shaders. So if we go under player cam, light, player cam, rendering. Okay, so we need to add a post-processing event. So do we go here? Is it here? I don't know. I'm so lost.
Effect of these lights. So when we brake, they kind of glow. This blooming effect also works in the front lights. So after you add in all those elements, you're gonna see that your frame rate is going to drop drastically. So the appropriate thing to do is to balance the two. So what you can do is in the reflection probe, what you can do is change this resolution. So by default, you get it as set as 128. What you can do is set it to a lower value. It obviously takes away some of the quality, but it still looks good. And your frame rate is going to be higher. So next thing you can do is go to your window and you can apply some occlusion culling. So in before, I went ahead and I applied this occlusion culling, and now it's rendering only this chunk of the world.
Okay, so we need to add post-processing effects, but I don't know how. Maybe it's under video? No. Effects? No. Rendering? Let's see what this does. There. Okay, now we gotta... No! What's that? Dang it. Okay, is it even possible? I mean... I gotta slow us down a little bit, not gonna lie. Because if I slow us down, so like, let's do like 7, 4, 8, 8, 2, 3, 5. 50. Slide force. 175. Wall run force. 175. Up force 5. Climb speed 6. Min jump height. Okay. It should feel a lot more like you're actually doing something. Not gonna lie, having the curve kind of like this could be kind of fire, and then maybe make it a little longer too. That. Okay. Dang it. Aw. So that's where it becomes a problem. this works, right? What? Go up. Go up. Go up. Go up. No! It's too high. The first part of it's too high. I just gotta kinda do that. There we are. Now that's fire. I'm not cooking right now, guys. So, we go here, here. I have to like genuinely be hugging the wall. That's the problem. Oh my goodness. No! Wait. No! Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I think if I increase the wall climb speed, but decrease the... Also, move these last two up, like this, and this. Because then you can land on that. And go straight over to this, which takes you to this. So I want to make these first few feel a lot smoother. I also want to change up this last bit of the track a little bit. So I'm going to move this out and up more, and then make the track start here, and then make you have to start climbing like this. Go like that, that, that. That into the curve. It's gonna be up here. So now that we've done that, Okay, I've successfully made a course that combines everything that has currently been added to the game. Let's see how much fun this is. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, I lied. I gotta increase the player's jump power, or else he literally can't make that jump. So let's drop the sprint speed down to 6 and see what happens. Okay, I know some changes that can be made. So first of all, I am Vegeta. Second of all, you're not Vegeta. First of all, we can do that. Second of all, okay, let's try this again. Time! Oh yeah. Whew, pretty high up here. Now I want to add a timer. See how fast you can do that. But first, let's make this wall a little higher and put it up more. Same thing with this. Wait. No. Oh, bro, that's cheap. No. So you have to climb that wall when you get to I don't have any high stakes music for this. Ultra kill music would go so hard here though. Oh yeah. Now that's what an obstacle course feels like. That's what you call parkour. Yeah. Well, now we're gonna have to design, you know, a map. But, you know, and a player. But for now, this works. Oh. I'm gonna turn down the air multiplier because it makes you go zoom. Oh. Okay, well, obstacle course is looking good. And, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it here for this stream. Do some off-camera grinding. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I will continue to stream on YouTube. I don't know why I want to. I just do. Thank you so much for tuning in, Ari. I remember you from Project Slayers, if I'm correct. And thank you for everybody else who tunes in and watches this afterwards. The game's looking great if you look here. There's just a couple of settings that I need to like change up. Like I have my quality settings on ultra already, but yeah, it's just we're getting there. The game's getting there. We're gonna actually start, like, you know, designing the map and stuff soon, but there's still a lot of movement and things that need to happen before we do that. So the game still has a long way to go, and I want to add like a speedrun timer for when you're jumping through the levels. And I also want to add like certain things like maybe swimming and bounce pads and stuff. So there's a lot that I want to, you know, add, and I'm sure we'll get there. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna do some off-camera grinding on this, and I'm also gonna go do some things that I need to do. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next